Hey everybody, gonna make some shrimp and grits today. I got all my ingredients sitting out here pre-measured. Not really, I don't measure anything. Got my shrimp here waiting, I got my oil getting hot, so let's get started. All right guys, I posted a few days ago about shrimp and grits and got a big conversation going, so I thought today I would make some. And what you're looking at right here is we have a little bit of garlic powder, we have some paprika, some salt, some onion powder, some bacon bits, black powder. In the middle, this is a Cajun seasoning you can pick up. It's just a blend. And normally I do fresh chopped onions, but I don't have any today. And the other thing we'll be using is the main ingredient, grits. Got some there, and we're also gonna need some chicken broth, right? Chicken. Anyway, we're gonna get started here, so stay tuned. We got shrimp and grits. As you can see, I got me a bunch of shrimp here. They're raw shrimp, not cooked, all the way down from Louisiana, from a shrimp and boat. No, I don't know where they came from, but anyway, got my shrimp here ready. They're on the towel because they were wet, so I like to get them nice and dry. So letting them sit there for a few minutes, and then we'll put them in when the time comes. All right, normally if I got fresh onions, I would be sauteing them in there, but I don't have any. So right now, I'm just gonna still put some butter in here. I like to do the butter with the oil because, you know, everything's better with butter, right? Better with butter. Say that a bunch of times. All right, so we'll just get this melted here, going around a little bit. I don't get it too hot. And then you can do this any way you want to, but I like to go ahead and put a little bit of bacon in there, get it all going, and then just kind of add, you know, the little bit of this, a little bit of the ingredients as I go here. Kind of, I guess I want to get it a little bit like a toasted kind of deal. I don't know. Salt, however much you want. The bacon's kind of salty, but throw it in there. I don't really measure anything. I just like to throw spices until it tastes good. And like I said, if I had onions, I would probably have a little bit more butter in there. But since I don't, we're just gonna roll with it, baby. And I love the cast iron cooking. It's my favorite. So let's put the rest of this stuff in here. And I don't know, to me it kind of gives these spices a little bit of a toasting when you saute them like this. For me, I feel like it kind of releases the flavors, you know. I don't know if it's right, I don't know if it's wrong, and I don't really care, but that's the way I do it. So I'm going to throw in just a little bit of salsa. I have my fan on there, it might be noisy, but all right. Now that's looking pretty darn good. Now from here, I got my chicken broth. I'm going to start pouring some of that in here. Looks like I'm going to use a whole box here of chicken broth. So I'm going to save this for last, since this is the Cajun seasoning. And I'm just going to start adding some grits. I'll add I don't know, that was probably, I don't know, half a cup, 3/4 of a cup, I don't know. So I kind of just wait until it starts cooking a little bit, and then I can kind of judge from there to see if I need more liquid. Or I did add some water to this because I wanted to make a little bit more than what that one box of chicken broth made. So you can add a little bit of water, or you can add more chicken broth. It's up to you. And you could always read the instructions, which, you know, I'm a dude, I don't do that. I know there's a ratio as far as liquid to the grits, you know, how much you would pour. But, I don't know, it's more fun for me to just kind of guess at it. When the grits start to expand, you'll start seeing, or feeling like there's more thickness to it, so you kind of can tell from there. And we will be adding this cheese too, and that thickens it up a little bit also. Alright, so that's going. I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of this now. Taste it later, see where we're at. If you're like me, you love hot stuff, lots of heat, but I typically don't try to add a lot of heat to this. I'll do it after the fact when I'm sitting down and ready to eat my own bowl of it. I'll try to do a short version of this video too. I'll do maybe one that's sped up and chopped up a little bit so it's not so long. All right, just gonna let that cook a little bit. It's all nice and bubbly. All right, I think that's about close. So guess what comes next? Shrimp. We're gonna take a bath. And the last thing we'll do is add some cheese. So check it out. They'll cook here and it'll only take them about, I don't know, 2-3 minutes. Cook these shrimp, you know, separate if you want and throw them in there, but I don't know, I just don't worry about them anymore. I figure if it's hot enough to boil, it's gonna be okay. It hasn't caused any problems yet. And of course you'll know they're getting done when you see them looking like that one. Like I said, if you wanted to do this quicker, you could totally saute these things in a pan real quick on the side. But today I'm in no hurry. I wanted to do this, and it's actually kind of relaxing. So yeah, we're getting close. I just want to be able to keep an eye on these shrimp, make sure they're cooked. Don't want to cook them too long, yeah, but I certainly want to cook them long enough. Never enough for me, so I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the Cajun blend. This is looking good. It's coming along. And sometimes I get fancy and I'll top this with chives or something to give it, you know, a little bit of color, make it look cool. And cheese, just cheese it up the way you want to. Just let that melt a little bit. And by the way, I like to shred my own cheese. There's actually some kind of a chemical apparently they spray these pre-shredded cheeses with that causes it not to melt as smoothly as block cheese when shredded manually. So, little tip. All right, so that's all melted, and that's looking done to me. And then we're done. It's good stuff, especially for cold days. All right, thank you all for watching. See you later.